On top of Old Horror Hill, in a secret laboratory, Professor Weirdo and Count Kook were in their monstrous glory.
6 drops of the essence of terror, 5 drops of sinister sauce.
When the stirring's done, may I lick the spoon?
Of course, of course. Now for the tincture of tenderness, but I must use only a touch. For without a touch of tenderness, it might destroy me. Oops, too much. Better hold your breath, it's starting to tick.
Better hold my hand, I'm feeling sick.
Hello, Daddy. What have I done? I'm Milton, your brand new son. Mystic moons and secret stars, signs of fortune, luck and hope. Saturn, Venus, Neptune, Mars, let me know my horoscope. The sign of the skull. Count Kook!
What is it, Professor Weirdo?
I am under a curse. My horoscope tells me that an evil spirit will try to take my place as head of Horror Hill.
What are you going to do?
I will do what any sensible mad scientist would do. I'll reverse the curse by spending an hour inside a grave. Well, I guess I'm ready. I put in some pillows to soften the coffin. All right, Milton, take me to the cemetery and bury me.
Can't we go through?
No, the rest of you stay here and put a candle in the window.
What for?
If the evil spirit shows up, give him a hot foot. Now remember, Milton, come back and get me in exactly 1 hour from now, before my oxygen runs out. Oh, I will, Professor Weirdo. Now let me tuck you in. Don't wait till I close the lid.
We must revive him or we won't know where Professor Weirdo is buried. Scalpels. Sponge. Bandages. There.
Will everything be all right?
Certainly. Just give it plenty of sunlight and water it twice a week.
I hope the blow didn't affect Milton's memory.
That's right. Professor Weirdo only has a half-hour supply of oxygen left.
Hello, Count Kook.
His memory is all right.
Of course it is, Hebe. Hi, Jeeby.
We were afraid you'd lose your memory and forget where you buried Professor Weirdo.
Who's he?
If Milton doesn't remember, Professor Weirdo will be buried alive.
What are you going to do, Count Kook? I'm going to write Professor Weirdo's eulogy and my acceptance speech as the new head of Horror Hill.
I'd better look for Professor Weirdo's grave.
Maybe if I hit Milton on the head, it would bring his memory back.
Weirdo? Weirdo?
And now when he wakes up, he'll remember. I better tell Count Kook. Count Kook! Be quiet, GB. I'm rehearsing. As the new head of Horror Hill, I promise you a government of the monsters, by the monsters, and for the monsters.
Ah, freshly dug dirt. Milton must have buried Professor Weirdo here. Time is running out. I'd better go back and work on Milton. I know. I'll hit him on the head.
What happened? Professor Weirdo, it's almost time to dig him up.
When he wakes up, he'll remember.
And in conclusion, you will always find me sympathetic, kind, and understanding. Now, what do you want, pest? I hit Milton on the head so he'll remember where he buried Professor Weirdo. Party pooper.
Shh, he's coming true. Milton, do you remember Professor Weirdo?
Oh, sure. You look familiar.
I have an idea, GB. We'll hit him again with the same flower pot.
I don't want to be buried again for the rest of my life. What's going on here?
Professor Weirdo!
Professor Weirdo!
We're getting ready to welcome Count Kook as the new head of Horror Hill.
But I'm the head.
Yeah, but he thought you were a deadhead.
Count Kook!
Professor Weirdo, as I live and breathe, you're living and breathing.
So you're the evil spirit that was going to take my place.
I've changed my mind. Your nightgown doesn't fit me.
Oh, hey, GB, I found Professor Weirdo, but I was too late.
We'll be right back with more classic cartoons after the break.
Scoop, look, food.
A friend in need is a friend who feeds.
Right, Scoop? Right, Blackie.
Watch Scooby-Doo today at 5, 4 Central.
I need another stomach for my stomach.
On metv Toons.
Not gonna happen.
That's it. I'm calling Kohler about their walk-in bath.
My name is Ken. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm calling about Kohler's walk-in bath.
Excellent. Happy to help. Huh? Hold one moment, please. The Kohler walk-in bath features an extra wide opening and a low step-in at 3 inches, which is lower than other walk-in baths on the market. The bath fills and drains quickly, while the heated backrest soothes your back, neck, and shoulders. Kohler is an expert in bathing, so you can count on a deep soaking experience.
Are you seeing this?
The Kohler walk-in bath comes with fully adjustable hydrotherapy jets and our exclusive bubble massage. Everything is installed in as little as a day by a Kohler certified installer. And it's made by Kohler, America's leading plumbing brand.
We need this bath.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Call 800-514-9867
to receive 50% off installation of your Kohler walk-in bath. Plus, take advantage of no interest for 12 full months.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, you could be entitled to potentially significant financial compensation. But that potential financial compensation could be a lot more significant when you have a legal professional fighting for you that only gets paid when you win.